Hi and welcome to the Demange. I'm Peter Geltert and today we sacrifice some rodents with the Lichtlaerm audio ritual. The ritual is the modern and more metal-oriented version of the famous Proco rap distortion pedal, and the Berlin-based company Lichtlaerm Audio looked at the original versions, combined them into one pedal and kind of put the whole thing on steroids. With a ritual, you have way more possibilities than with the original. You have more flexible and differentiated gain, EQing, compression and boost options. And a fun fact, this pedal was designed to sound like the Belgian post-metal band MEHR, and I heard that the band actually took on and are using these now. I'll first show you a few of my favorite settings, and then I'm going to show you how to work the device in detail. And I'm mostly going to use my ref generator 120 because it's very clear, focused and tight, which is what I like. And I'm also going to use another amp later, just haven't decided which one yet. Now let's take a look up close. We have the really cool design of the red here and the cup in black and silver, which is typical for Lichtlaerm. Now for the specs, at the top we have the in and out and the 9V DC power supply. At the bottom there's the engage, so the on and off switch, and the boost, which can be used separately. Then we have controls for bass, attack and treble, also for the boost, the gain and the overall level. We have switches for the boost, which can be full range or treble. The gain can be classic, turbo or dirty. And the compression can be off, 1 or 2. I'm in the classic mode now and have the compression turned off as well as the boost. And the classic mode is derived from the original, from the white face red. And this is probably the sound that most people know. The turbo mode is derived from the turbo red, and it's way louder, less compressed and more open sounding, and I might have to adjust the volume later a bit in the video. So this is the classic. Turbo. The dirty mode is derived from the You Dirty Red pedal, and it uses germanium diodes and sounds more fuzzy and has less output. Now let's compare those three. I'm back in the classic mode. And now the compression is off, but when I turn it on, it turns the first gain stage into an overdrive and the whole sound gets more dense, more saturated and a bit tighter. Compression 1 is a bit more compressed and compression 2 is a bit more open sounding. Now this is off. Compression 1. And compression 2. Now let's check the gain knob. Now the attack knob, when I turn it to the left, it adds more of the fizzy high. And when I turn it to the right, it removes the harsh highs, but also tightens the bass. The bass and treble are active shelving EQs. Now let's check the boost. The whole boost circuit is set before the distortion, so when you engage the boost, you'll get more distortion. We first check the full range boost, and the full range has its own little overdrive breakup to it, so you just add really more distortion. Now You can get some really cool, fuzzy, over-the-top, broken sounds here, and of course it will sound different when you combine it with the different gain modes. Now the treble boost works quite differently because it doesn't have any distortion on its own, and it boosts the high frequencies and it cuts the low frequencies, and with less low frequencies going into the distortion you make the pedal more tight. Now, this pedal is still not like a really tight modern distortion. It's a different kind of beast. And when you want a tight, precise distortion, then I highly recommend the Lichtlaerm Gehenna. You should check that out. Still, you get some more old schooly, tighter sounds here, which are really nice. Like, there's more graininess to it, it's rougher, and there's a lot of people who will really enjoy this pedal. Now, as mentioned, you can use the boost on its own, so this is the clean sound. The full range boost. You can also try the boost with a distorted channel. The Ritual also works really well as a preamp, and I'm going straight into the effect loop now. This is the clean sound. And you can hear it's way more dull sounding, which is normal when you go straight into the power amp. And that means that when I engage the pedal, I also need to crank the treble to compensate. Now, as promised, I'll show you the Ritual with a different amp, and I chose the Black Star here, which has a very different character, more British, I would say, and both are really cool in their own ways. And what I'll do is I'll leave the settings as they are. It's pretty much everything at noon, classic mode, no compression, and I'll first play the ref and then the Black Star, and you can compare. Okay, I hope I could give you a good impression of what the Lichtlaerm Audio Ritual has to offer. And if you liked the video, give me a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, ring the notification bell, and leave me a comment. Bye!